of course, the whole issue of getting vaccinated is something that's spreading throughout the country. You have private companies that are dealing with this, and then the federal government. And when we think about these things, they are among the least of the problems, if you will, as far as what's going on down at the border.
But it's also infuriating to folks when we know that people coming across the border are not being tested or being forced to take the vaccine.
Absolutely true. Yeah. And here to react, Congresswoman Cammack of Florida, member of the Homeland Security Committee. Congresswoman, what are your thoughts about what's going on right now at the border?
Well, obviously we have a border crisis, and it is a crisis that is designed by the Biden administration. We know this. Today I have the president and executive board of the National Border Patrol Council here in Washington, D.C. We will be holding a press conference tomorrow at 9 a.m. to talk about this very issue. Now we're hearing that we have a mandatory vaccination requirement coming out of the White House. This is insane. We already have 75% of our Border Patrol agents processing and babysitting all of these illegals that they are allowing to just walk across. If you do not have a secure border, you do not have a secure nation. And let me remind Biden that he, one, is refusing to call this a crisis, and two, has zero requirements for the illegals coming across. So it's rules for thee, but not for me. And the border agents that are putting their lives on the line, being exposed to God knows what in incredibly dangerous situations with their hands tied behind their backs, they are now being forced to meet another standard that no one else does. And if I am correct, and I think I am, the White House doesn't even have a mandatory vaccination requirement. Why is that? Why is there such a hypocritical role that the White House is constantly pushing out?
Yeah. Let's listen to this, though, if you want to talk about hypocritical. Former President Obama made these comments about the border. Listen.
We're a nation state. We have borders. The idea that we can just have open borders is something that I think, as a practical matter, is unsustainable.
And then listen to how the White House responded. Listen to this.
Does President Biden agree with President Obama that open borders is unsustainable?
We don't have open borders. So yes, he agrees.
So your thoughts?
Next question.
I mean, that's your response.
Okay, that's it, everybody. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, what can you say to that? I mean, they're living in La La Land. What are they doing over there? What are they taking over there? They are so separated from reality. It is unbelievable. They are either just lying through their teeth, which I think they are, or they truly have no sense of reality at all. We have over 1 million people that have been apprehended at our southwest border. The Secretary Mayorkas, he just admitted that they released 12,000 Haitians into the United States. They're not even talking about the 600,000 that they have released into the United States. They're not talking about the 308,000 gotaways just this year alone. They're not talking about the 60,000 Haitians that are coming up in a caravan right now. And they're certainly not talking about the fact that they are having their own agency go after their Border Patrol agents for enforcing the laws. And so they have told them, stand down. They tell TSA, let illegals on planes without any ID. There's no testing. There's no verification of who's coming through. And we know that there's 152 different nationalities coming through our border just this year. I was talking to the Border Patrol President, Brandon Judd. He told me today that they are seeing more people from Uzbekistan that have come through in the last few weeks.
Yeah,
Does
that's
that
what we
sound
need is
like
more
we
people.
have a problem?
Yeah. By the way, let's not forget what President Obama reportedly said about Mr. Biden before he was president during the campaign. Don't underestimate Joe's ability to F things up. So I think that was a warning, and he doesn't seem to be fixing. He certainly didn't fix Afghanistan. That withdrawal was a debacle. Then you have what's going on the border. And then as we had, I don't remember where I've seen it, but it was such a good point that was made that you listed about 1 million people that are in this country, either getaways or people that have just been processed and let in, supposed to go back later and they won't. But they send the messages from where they came and say, I got in. You probably can too.
Yes, absolutely. You know, I myself, I have stood on the banks of the Rio Grande River, and I have watched as illegals come across. They all have cell phones. They're all on the phone talking with family or friends. And I have stood there while they're being processed, and they're on the phones telling people back home, wherever home is, it's open, come on up, we've made it through, we're on the American side. They're giving me a piece of paper that says show up to my court hearing in 5 years. This is what is happening, and every single American needs to be outraged. Every town in America is a border town. Make no mistake about that. And you cannot defund the police and then have open borders and expect that everything's just going to be okay. We have a lot of adversaries around the world that want to do us harm. And I tell you, it is about dependency and control with the Democrats. That's why winning the midterms are so important.
We're short on time. What position are you playing tonight?
Second base. Republicans are going to win. It's America versus socialism. We're getting after it.
There you go. 7 o'clock, right? I think that's the game time.
7 o'clock.
All right. Thank you very much. Good luck to you, Congresswoman Kat Cammack.